ready.
Just relax and enjoy the ride.
In crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815.
What I'm saying, Tom, and I know you're going to agree with me this week, if cats could play air hockey, they would be unbeatable, man. They would be, there's just no way. I'm Greg, he's Tom. It's your In Crowd 815 podcast for the 8th day of March, the year 2025, the latest it has ever been.
In the history of mankind. You know, I agree with you because my cat beats me at basketball all the time. It outsmarts me.
That skyhook, that is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable. Well, we've got a great show for you today, and the person's still sleeping next to you, so maybe give them a little nudge and say, hey, wake up. Greg and Tom are talking, and they might say something interesting. Maybe.
Wake up.
Tom's got some new companions in his studio.
The pet of the day. Pet of the day. But not to be outdone, I got a new tiger as well. He's kind of ferocious.
I know some people might be concerned about Tom's obsession with stuffed animals, but I think I figured it out, everybody. The truth is he really, really likes them because it helps with the sound deadening in his studio. It absorbs sound, prevents echo. It's all about soft things, soft surfaces, and it's great for a studio. Not
even close. I just have 600 stuffed animals because I love them. I know you tried to make me normal, but that's not going to happen. I'm far from normal.
Tom and I are the kind of friends that we don't even try to redeem each other's man cards anymore. We just are who we are.
I willingly gave mine up. I don't care. No, you know what? Here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about it. I am an absolute dude. Absolutely 100%. I love football. I love Led Zeppelin. I love getting out there and just, roughhousing and this and that. But I also love chick flicks. I love my stuffed animals. I love my real animals. I got 5 of them. I call myself eclectic. I'm very eclectic. My iPod, I don't have an iPod, but my phone, my computer, my music selection could have a Led Zeppelin song, followed by an AC/DC song, followed by a Barry Manilow song, followed by an Ambrosia song, Ambrosia highly underrated, and then followed by some classical stuff. Paco Bell, Canon in D. I love that. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, so and I don't care. I don't care who says what about me. I couldn't care less.
That's right. We're all eclectic. I think we just of that age now. We're just embracing who we are and what we are, and that's to be encouraged among all of us, right? Just embrace who you are. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you're fine.
Absolutely.
Just don't hurt anybody, and please don't hurt yourself. And live your life. Be fun. Be nice.
Don't rob banks. Don't do heroin. And those are some of the no-brainers right there.
Speaking of no-brainers, we got some business to take care of right here. Our big number of the week. Don't think about it. Just throw your guess in there. Our big number, our current race to 10 has Tom out in front by a score of 2-0. He's on a roll.
Baby.
He's on a roll.
Formula.
Our big number of the week this week is 456. 456. Look at that. The answer this week is fall or fruit. I know usually I have 1 million or 1 billion or some crazy big number of the week. This one, you'll see why it's big when we share the answer later on in the hour. But put your guess in the comments if you think it's fall or fruit. And I challenge you to Google search or Bing search or AI powered search, whatever you're going to do. 456 and the word fall or fruit. And you might find it. This one might be a little tough.
No, I promise you, I will not look.
Tom doesn't. Tom.
No, I won't. I won't because I just won't. I want to get it fair and square, but I am not going to send it right away. I'm going to think about this one for a little bit. I'm not going to look it up because I won't. I'm not. There's no point.
Okay. So. Well, either way, it's out there. Our guest this week, we'll have some shout outs later on, and I want to thank some folks later on I had a really interesting week this week. But our guest this week comes to us because he started this organization called the Stateline Disc Golf Association. Now Tom's hoping this is all about computer CDs, music. I didn't tell Tom that this isn't about music, Josh. So just so you know, when he acts a little bit disappointed, just understand it's not you. It's me. I didn't set him up properly. Good morning, Josh Garcia.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us today. We're gonna put you in the spotlight part of the screen right over there.
Oh wow, look at that.
And there you go. So you can maneuver your screen just a little bit so this logo's not over your face. There you go. You got your logo in the corner. We got Pseudo Sue in one corner and SDGA in the other.
Okay. All right. I did bring my discs. Here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a
by
ton
all
of them.
means.
I got a ton of them here. So
Yeah. Tell you what, we'll put a round. $100. You use those, I'll use my discs.
Okay. Good luck making a CD with your frisbee.
It makes a different kind of music. Maybe Josh will tell
exactly.
us about that.
Yeah.
Makes a whirring sound.
Before we get into the organization, tell us about yourself. Where did you grow up and go to school? What kind of work do you do? Who is Josh Garcia?
Well, I was actually born in Texas, but raised here in Rockford. My family moved here, grew up over on, I won't say grew up, but we moved over here, Loomis and Cunningham, kind of over on the south side of Rockford. But I grew up like around North Main and Auburn. Went to Walker Elementary, no longer there.
Nope.
Kennedy, Eisenhower, and I'm a Guilford alumni. So
all right, we got a Viking in the house.
Right, that's right. Yeah, yep. I went.
Awesome.
I got associates over at Rock Valley, undergrad at Grand Canyon, as well as a master's of sociology and education at Grand Canyon University. I work over at Black Hawk Tech up in Janesville. Going pretty good over there, man. Yeah, I really like everybody over there. Growing,
Black Hawk Tech has had a great arc of growth over the last couple of decades.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's a really good school. You probably work with my friend Melissa. Tall, got some tattoos. I don't want to give you her last name. I don't want to put her last name out there.
Okay. Yeah, Melissa. Yeah, I know Melissa. Yeah.
You probably
Absolutely.
do. She's yeah.
My recent revelation about Black Hawk Technical College was how big their culinary school is.
Oh yeah.
They've
I
added
had
that.
a friend who moved here, was trying to get in there and to be an instructor, and yeah, it's pretty. Nobody wants to leave, man. So everyone's that's been there, that's been there for a while, and that's the culture there, man. Yeah, their culinary school is really good, and we kind of get to indulge in that a little bit.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So you're working up there at Black Hawk, and you're instructing and doing stuff. And when did the idea of starting a disc golf group start? Where did that passion begin for you?
Well, quick clarification. I run the accommodations department. I'm a part of a two-man team there with Amanda. She's a really cool lady. But disc golf, I've been playing, maybe coming up on 5 years this year. And when I first joined, I started out because I played soccer over at the Stateline League, actually. And I messed up. I fractured my meniscus on my left knee. So it took me out for a while. And I needed, after being immobile for a while, my brothers-in-law, they took me out throwing discs. I needed to get out walking, do some rehab and whatnot. And that's end of story. I went from there, and it's kind of like those I got addicted to the flight, the first good one. And I was like, okay, this is cool. It's really easy on my knees. So I kind of made the transition there. And then I started competing, and yeah, I'm a big competitive person, so being able to compete and grow really quick in disc golf was perfect for me.
I have perfected the throw that goes 90 degrees in the opposite direction, and it lands in Old Man Jefferson's field.
Oh yeah, the yeet.
I have perfected that one.
What'd you call it? A yeet?
The yeet. Yeah. You just yeet it out to the right.
Yeet.
Yeah, I know a couple guys who can do that. Yeah.
I can yeet with the best of them.
Well, I knew of disc golf for quite a long time, and I did some stuff occasionally at Rockford University and noticed that they had disc
Sure.
golf goals, or what do you call the
Baskets. You can call holes baskets. Yeah.
holes baskets? Yeah, I noticed a few of them out there, and it's like, oh, that's kind of interesting that they've got that here on the campus. And then one of my son's friends from CYT, he was acting with a guy that really got involved in it and was competing all over the place, got really, really good at it, and was really promoting the sport a lot. So that's when I kind of saw more of a, oh, this has got pretty broad appeal.
Oh yeah.
And there's I was at the Ski Bronx for a number of years, and I didn't realize that Sherwood Park has disc golf baskets.
Yeah. A couple of the directors helped put that in that are on the SDGA.
So this is do you see the sport as a whole kind of starting to grow? What has been your experience over the years?
Yeah, so I am part of the COVID boom. I humbly admit that. It doesn't matter to me. But yeah, I mean, disc golf is the second fastest growing sport right now, behind pickleball.
Pickleball, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, man, but let me talk to somebody who's growing that. But yeah, I mean, disc golf, it's a huge boom right now. I think we have the Pro Disc Golf Association, PDGA, and I want to say within the last 5 years they've probably septupled, just blew up out of the water, and it's kind of not stopping. And especially around here, this area, there's a lot of potential for growth. And
so many parks.
Oh yeah, a lot of park. Yeah, Lake Vic, Porter Park. Porter Park's pretty much where we call home base. When I got involved, Porter Park was like a 12-hole disc golf course, and we're now at 22, getting ready to expand to 26 holes. So there's a lot of disc golf there.
Well, that was a question I was going to ask, not to interrupt, but how many holes does a typical golf course have? Like, for example, Page Park, the one out by, not by where I live, but I live on the west side, Northtown area, Halstead, whatever. Page Park is fairly close. My son-in-law plays out there. How many holes for one game? If you want to just go play one game.
So typically it's 18 holes.
Okay,
18
all
holes.
right.
Yep, and you have your different like tiers or levels. They got for like your pitch and putt, like Shorewood, like you brought up, your red level, white level, blue, gold, black, that kind of thing. So there's different levels of difficulty for it as well.
Okay. Yeah. What, in your estimation, how many courses are in the Rockford area, and which ones are your personal favorites, other than Porter, kind of your home park there?
There's probably so with disc golf, if you can travel within 30 minutes of getting there, it's by you.
Sure.
So there's probably a dozen in the area that without having to go to Madison or anything like that. Yeah, probably a dozen. A couple of them need a little TLC, but yeah, that's what I'd say.
One of the other places that have a disc golf course, it's Harlow High School.
Yeah.
There's a course there that I guess they had to move a couple of the baskets because they put in those new ball fields in the front of the property there, but they're putting those back in somewhere. I haven't heard where yet, but
no, yeah, you're right. So one of our board members, Mark Bozen, tall guy in the back. He installed that course, so he's kind of the one who was getting that going there. But yeah, this is a group. This is our crew right here, and we all wear different hats, multiple hats in disc golf, and we really trying our best to grow the community, grow the area, with respect to the preservation of certain areas that we won't touch and whatnot. But
sure. So you
sounds like just good, clean fun. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we actually hold like casual rounds. So like if you want to join, you just join up, link up. We'll all go to a course. We can go to Anna Page, or we, disc golf, we call it AP. You can go there, Porter Park, anywhere. And how we do it is you show up. We'll have like a pot set aside. It's disc golf. It's young. It's not a whole lot of money, so maybe $100. And you kind of play and you'll pay out, top 3 or whatever it is, and that's it. Or you could just go show up to a park and throw some plastic.
There, and that's, I guess, what brings up a kind of a one of those naive questions, because I think I've only actually played disc golf once in my entire life, and what do you call is disc golf etiquette similar to regular golf etiquette on a course? I guess
I would imagine so. In all honesty, I've never played actual golf, like golf before,
Okay.
but I would imagine it's the same. Yeah, I mean, there's so like these discs, they have sharp edges, so like you have people throwing these things 70 miles an hour, so you get hit with them, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna feel it.
Yeah, you want to know what's going on.
Right. Yeah. Yep. But there's all that there. Like at Porter Park, we have signage around. We utilize a disc or an app called UDisc, kind of show you where to go. You keep your score, this and that. So yeah. All that's available.
If somebody's picking up this sport for the first time, this is the part that probably is going to shock a few people. What kind of money are you going to spend on the discs to get started? What other equipment do you actually need to play?
So I always tell people, so I do a little bit of instructing as well in disc golf. So what I always tell people is start slow and then grow. So you have putters, throw a lot of putters. Those are going to be like 3 speeds. You work it up to like 9 speeds. But honestly, you need a putter, a mid-range, and maybe a fairway driver. You'll probably spend $50-$60 with that. So it is a relatively cheap sport.
So you're suggesting someone starts out with 3 different sizes of discs?
Yep. So it's just like golf. You got your drivers, your fairways, your mid ranges, your putters. So yeah, you're gonna want to have and they sell starter packs as well. So actually, I'm sponsored by a local retailer, Out of Bounds Disc Golf. So they have a used bin section there, where you can go and buy discs that either people no longer want or have found and turned in, what have you. And those run even cheaper. So, if you stop by that store in Pecatonic, Scott Wenstrom, he's on our board, he can hook you up. Amy and Dalton work there as well. They're real good people. So, disc golf is really like a good community, real helpful, informative. So yeah.
I got a Whammo frisbee from 1976. It's got bicentennial on it. Will that work?
Dude, if you have do you have it with you? I would love this, dude. I'm all about the memorabilia.
No, it's in a box somewhere.
Oh, it's still in a box, man? Oh, dude.
Well,
okay.
I haven't used it since 1978, so.
Oh, well, we always take donations,
Yeah, all right. I'll look for it.
Do you frown on people using old frisbees and just a single frisbee? Is that something you're kind of like, eh?
It's a community. It's a big group of people. So you got people who are awesome. You got people who suck. So if you suck, you're probably gonna rag on somebody about that. But I mean, usually no. A lot of people think it's cool. And there's the nostalgia of all the old stuff. So.
All right. Are you still hearing me? Okay.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay, because some little thing came up on my screen that I haven't seen before, so I'm not sure what's going on with it. But okay, there it goes. All right. So if somebody wants to get involved with you guys, there's a volunteer tab here on your website. So I'm going to click on that. Do you have volunteer opportunities for people to plug into SDGA?
Always, yeah. So always, we try and meet the 3rd Saturday of every month.
Okay.
And so on not the website, but on the Facebook page that you were just at, we like to post on there where we'll meet up, what we'll be doing, etc. And for people who kind of already made that commitment, we also have a small little chat, like messenger chat, that we all can, get in sync with and go out and work. So today, after this, I'll be going up to Lake Vic in South Beloit, not too far from me. And, we're that's a course that we've built from the ground up. So, we've got some things to finish there, but we're working on the Northwood. So we'll be over there today. probably from about 10 to 1. Yeah,
That
so I
little,
mean, there's always opportunities to volunteer. We also obviously love donations. That's kind of how we give back to the players because it is a small sport or a young sport, so the money is still growing. But we have started getting a lot of people involved this year in terms of sponsors. So that's been huge. That's been really big.
So
Well-
Josh, I have a question, and Greg may have the same question. I remember they used to call it frisbee golf back in the day,
Yeah.
back in the middle to late 70s. So, and pickleball is fairly new, I think. So, disc golf, frisbee golf, whatever you want to call it, has it been around longer than pickleball? Yes or no? And if so, was it by a long shot? Because if I had to guess, I would say it predates pickleball by probably 25 years, if I had to guess.
That's a great question. I have no idea. In all honesty, I played pickleball one time. Really cool. But as far as what came first, I don't know. We're gonna say we'll say disc golf just because.
I would agree with that. If I were
Yeah.
on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, that'd be my pick.
Yeah, I know it was the 70s. I know disc golf has been around in the 70s.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a couple courses around here. George Hillard Park. We're working with the city of Beloit. They want a little bit of. They want us to go in and revamp it. That was one of the first 20 courses in the area, and there's actually a piece of property out in Rockton called Thunder Rock. That's a historic piece of property as well. That was a second disc golf course in Illinois and one of the first 20 in the United States. And those were made in the 70s. I want to say 77, 78.
So before I've got something new I want to try this week, and you're going to be the guinea pig on this, Josh. So just so you know, if this flops horribly, it's not your fault. It's me. I'm going to try something this week called the AI questions of the week. I asked AI. I told AI I was going to be interviewing you and about your organization. So I'm going to have some questions that AI produced for me to ask you. Before I get to those, though, why a not-for-profit? Why did you set this group up as a not-for-profit? And I guess what are your goals?
Well, so I plugged Porter Park earlier, and like I said, when I first got involved there, it was a 12, and it was 4 of us. We brought on Scott, the guy all the way to the left there.
Right, I'm going to bring him back up here.
Yeah, so it's the 4 of us to the right that started this organization or this association, and we brought Scott on a couple months later. But how it came about was we would, as the enthusiasts we were, we went out to Porter Park. I've always volunteered, but we did a lot of course work there. So in that process, we made good rapport with the mayor, Carol Gustafson, over in Roscoe. And through her office, she had mentioned, can you guys become a legal entity somehow? And so we said, that's not a bad idea. It would help with fundraising. It'd help with, the taxes, all the legalities of what it is we're trying to do. And so through that, recommendation, that's kind of when we started taking this off. And
way to go, Mayor.
Go ahead.
Good way to go, Mayor. That's a good suggestion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And she's been great to work with, I guess the goal was, there's so much potential in the area for disc golf, getting out, put the phones down for a minute, go out and throw some, get in the woods, but there's a lot of potential here. And the growth kind of was stagnating a bit. And the amount of work that we did, we really wanted to go in and, we're all players. So we wanted to do something that was by the players, for the players. And so that's kind of what the goal is, just to grow and cultivate our community, our sport, get people involved, get people outside, and kind of give the players something that we think they deserve,
If you had your pick, and this is an unfair question, but do you need right now as an organization, do you need more volunteers or more money to tackle some of the things you want to get accomplished this year?
Oh, that is absolutely an unfair
You
question.
need both. I get it. So, but if you had
Yeah,
to pick one,
honestly, well, so my wife would say money.
yeah.
We need, and I would too. I would agree. You know, money really, and in all reality, we don't make a whole lot of money. We tend to bring money in and give that money back out to the players as much as we can. And we'll collect money to raise for a new bobcat or a bush hog or whatever it is. But
Mhm. Well,
volunteers
there's a
are
couple
always
things people
welcome.
might not think of. That's a great. I'm
Right. No,
glad you mentioned
yeah,
that.
absolutely. Yeah, for sure, man. But probably I would agree with the boss upstairs. It would be money. Yeah,
Awesome.
money always helps. And we all go out. We are the vehicle that runs on passion. So if we can throw some cash in there, get some things going for us, we can really enhance player experience, and that's kind of what it is. We pride ourselves on that quality control
You
for
said the
sure.
boss upstairs. I thought, oh God, yeah, that's good. But then I realized, nope, nope, nope. The other boss, your wife.
Oh yeah, oh for
You've
sure,
been
yeah,
so
yeah.
you've been relegated to the basement. Is that what we do? Is that what we're hearing?
Relegated is a strong word.
Okay,
I chose to come down
okay.
here.
Get away
I
from the
built a
boss,
bar down
right?
here, so
I got
that's where
you.
I'm at.
Yeah,
Well,
all right.
this is probably a good spot to give a shout out to your sponsors that help make this all possible. Out of
Oh
Bounds
yeah, thanks
Disc
for
Golf,
pulling it up.
Peru, Circle of Wellness, Anderson Toyota, Ideal Optical, Manchester Country Kennels, S&H Nursery, Crazy Joe's Wraps, North Point Wellness, Olympic Tavern, and Josh Chestnut Counseling. That's a good bunch of groups right there in the 815.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Very
all of
eclectic
those.
Absolutely.
group. I like it.
Yeah.
And you do have still a sponsor drive up here on your website too if you want to help with the season. And here's some stuff. We'll put the link to this right in the chat right now too, so people can click right to this page and check out the opportunities to sponsor what you guys are up to here for the 2025 season. All right, so I think you're going to like these questions here, Josh. I think this is we might have already answered most of these questions.
We going AI with this?
We're going to the AI questions of the week, and I'll leave that screen up here for the moment. Okay, Gemini, help me out with some questions. Give me three great
number
questions.
one. What color underwear are you wearing?
Well, that's the second half. The
no,
first
that's
half.
No, we don't care. We don't care. That was AI.
AI, black
Question-
and gold. I know for sure.
Black and
Question
gold.
number one.
Wow.
What sparked the creation of the Stateline Disc Golf Association, and what are your primary goals? We already just hit on all that stuff, so thanks,
Yep.
AI. Question number two, for someone who's never played disc golf before, how would you describe the appeal? What makes it different from traditional golf, and what kind of person might really enjoy it? We kind of went over that too.
We did.
Kind of already talked about that. So,
Oh, Greg, you're outsmarting AI.
I did not
Human
I did not
power.
consult this before asking our conversational questions today. And then question number three, what are some of the biggest challenges facing disc golf, either here in the Stateline area or across the country? Are there any misconceptions about the sport that you'd like to clear up? Biggest challenges. You were out clearing out parks this last week, right? You were clearing out some of the fairways and stuff at one of the parks.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna drop some breadcrumbs here. Yesterday, I went out and canvassed an area. We're working with a local municipality, and on our website we have a few different dates. So we like to put our tournaments on the first Saturday of every month.
Mm-hmm.
This coming month would be at RU. I want to say April 5th. But in May, like I said, I was canvassing a piece of property, and we're going to have a historic course set up. Won't say a whole lot more than that, but it will be something that I think everybody in the area has been waiting for and hoping for. A lot of disc golf enthusiasts may try and decode what I'm saying. And it's probably, I'm speaking second language to you right now, but I got the niche audience out there. So as far as our tournaments go, look out for our tournament in May. Yeah, I mean, that was a long question, so I don't even know if I answered it fully.
Well, have you found that there's any misconceptions about the sport?
Oh, there we go.
People get involved in it and they're like, oh, I thought it was going to be this, but it's really that.
Yeah, we sure there are. I would say people think it's going to be a lot easier than it is. You think you can go out and just muscle something out there, and all of a sudden it's on the ground 20 feet from where you threw it. But yeah, a lot of disc golf is finesse, it's form, and so and I want to say, golf is like that as well. It's not so much about muscling it out there, but about how you're controlling your body.
Yeah.
So disc golf is very, very much like that. So it can't really just pick it up, go out and throw and win a bunch of money or nothing like that. But yeah, very, very finesse, very disciplined, I suppose.
We took the family out to Big Timber axe throwing last night, and we've done that a few times. And my son actually works there part-time. But that's one of those things too. You think it's going to be easy until you try it. And it's like, well, this just takes a little bit more finesse than power.
Yeah. Yep.
The similar sport as far as you need to learn the form, work things out. It's harder to hit those targets than you think.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
So if you're going to go into disc golf this season, just know it might not be as easy as you think. Give it a little more time, Yeah. All right. So those are the first three questions. So I said, okay, thank you, AI. Now give me three odd or funny questions to ask the same guest. And this is what it came up with for you, Josh. It says, okay, for the Stateline Disc Golf Association, if disc golf were to become an Olympic sport, what would be the most dramatic event to watch, and who would the commentator dream team be?
Oh, dude, I love that. So I would love to see a doubles tournament. They already have one, but as far as Olympic goes, it's really, here in the U.S. it's Mecca. But yeah, I'd love to see a mixed double. So MPO and FPO player combined. That'd be really cool.
What are those terms?
MPO is mixed professional open. A lot of men join that one. Anyone can, but it's very, very male dominant. FPO is a female, the female version of that. So it's just a little bit of a protected division.
Gotcha. Because strength does play a part in your sport.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
So okay. So do you have a commentator dream team for the Olympics that would? Is there some stars in the disc golf world that you're like, oh, I would want to hear them talk about my form?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Big Jeremy Colling, man, he's a great commentator. He's a disc golfer as well.
Jeremy Coley.
Jeremy Colling, they call him Big Germ. Probably he is the cherry on top, I'd say. But
okay.
I'd pair him with let's see, someone who can dissect the game. Oh man, Paul Macbeth, he's the GOAT. He doesn't commentate a whole lot, he doesn't do a whole lot of commentary, but I like hearing Big Germ talk. He's real easy to listen to. And someone to dissect the game for you. And I think, Paul Macbeth is like our Michael Jordan, that he's that guy. So I think that'd be a cool combo there.
All right, good deal. So let's say you could design a disc golf course anywhere in the world. You've got an unlimited budget. Doesn't matter the terrain. What would be the most epic or ridiculous or plain weird hole that you would want to create for disc golf?
Oh man. Okay.
Because when I think of this, when I go golfing at a course, some of the most fun holes are like the water holes, like the island hole at Aldine, right? There's an island. It's like, can I land it on the island, let alone in the hole?
I would love to see a piece of property where you got two hills, and you're teeing from one, throwing from another, and then some kind of water between it. I'm gonna hopefully in Illinois. I got to put on for the Flatlanders here, man. But yeah, I mean that's what I'd like to see, something along the lines of that.
Okay. All right. Good one. I like that. And the final one here. Disc golf attracts all sorts of players, Josh. So if you had to pick a celebrity, any celebrity in the world, to be the official spokesperson for disc golf, who would that be? Why would that person be your choice to be your celebrity disc golf spokesperson?
Oh man, yeah, we got a lot of celebrities. We have more celebrities than you would think.
Would it be another athlete? Or would it be some supermodel? I don't know.
Oh man, dude, that's a hard one. I'd go to some baseball player. There's a lot of similar mechanics.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Whatever. Probably let's go Rose, Derek Rose. He's not playing no more. You come out and throw with me. Yeah, I'll make that happen.
Derek Rose, we're looking for you. We're looking for you, Derek Rose, to play some disc golf, hopefully fall in love with the sport and become a celebrity spokesperson. And if it doesn't work out for you, we'll just call Tom Brady or someone like that.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, AI, I think, did good for us today. So I appreciate the AI questions. Anything before we get to Tom's trivia this week? Is there anything that we did not ask you about that you want to make sure that we talk about before we move on?
I really just want to plug our parks, I suppose. We, like I said, Porter Park is our home base. Rockford University, I know you mentioned that. That's one of our courses as well. We have Lake Vic that we built from the ground up. We just absorbed Woodlands over in Rockton. Personally, I've been working there forever, but working with the village of Rockton is great. We have Rockford to work with. I would say, what I really want to try and hit home is, we're trying to change the tone, and bring professionalism to disc golf, and switch up a little bit of the stigma. A lot of people assume, and, maybe it's slightly true that, it's just a bunch of hippies throwing plastic in the woods, and you definitely still see that, but I throw with lawyers and doctors and people from all walks of life, and so it's real cool to be able to go out and vibe with those people and get some good conversation going. Yeah.
Well, I think you brought up an interesting point too about the mechanics being similar in disc golf as it is to baseball. So if you're an old baseball player and you did your run in softball and maybe you just can't run anymore, there's no running required in disc golf. You just still have to work your body and throw a disc. So maybe that's the ticket for someone that misses baseball or something.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well, Tom, let's go ahead and change gears and bring up your trivia for the week. What do you have for us with Tom's Trivia Challenge?
All right.
Wait. I know what you're waiting for. You're waiting for this. Spend time making this stuff, then I forget to use it. All right.
You gotta put a hat on me. I'm always with a hat, man.
Well,
always to shine. All right. So first and foremost, my announcers are Cotton McKnight and Pepper Brooks. Those are your two announcers right there.
Is that from Happy Gilmore?
No, that was Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Gary Cole and Jason Bateman. Those are your announcers. Yeah. Remember that movie? You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
That was a good impression.
Yeah. Oh, I got a ton of them. I can bark like a dog.
No.
What the heck?
We're in trouble.
I did that for my students the other day. I saw that at Rock County Christian Schools, and I got 5th grade students, and I was barking like that, and they dropped their pencils. They're looking around like, what? And then, Mr. Tom, can you bark again like a dog? I'm like, no, I'm going to get fired. You won't have Mr. Tom anymore. Anyway, I haven't gotten called back since, so maybe I already did get fired. All right, here we go. You guys are playing as a team. You got big shoes to fill, Mr. Garcia. Here we go.
Come
Here
on.
we go. All right. Going back to 2001, I believe, or maybe 2000. Who was the very first winner ever of American Idol?
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson. Boy, I tell you what a talent. What an absolute talent.
She is. She's amazing talent. Good talk
She
show host.
really, yeah, she is. She is very good. I like her.
Oh, that's right.
She's
That's
like
right.
she is like America's sweetheart. She really is.
Mhm.
Just such a down to earth girl. Okay, question number 2. You are off to a good start, team. Garsaunders, whatever. Well, it's
Very,
either
very
that or
good.
Garters. But
Garters.
yeah, we already talked about your black and gold underwear. We don't want to talk about garters.
Yeah.
By the way, you're
yeah,
losing your
yeah.
man card for admitting that on the air. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't care.
I already
man.
lost mine
No shame in
long
my
ago
game.
with my teddy bears and tigers.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Foreign capitals. What is the capital of Haiti? Once again, what is the
man.
capital of Haiti?
I think it's Port-au-Prince.
I think you should quit while you're ahead.
Ah,
Ding, ding, ding.
Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Yes.
All right, now this one's going to cause you to think. There is no using Google Maps. Here
No.
we go. Here we go. How many states border Idaho?
Ooh.
Now
Idaho
you
is
can
such an
you can
odd
draw a
state.
little map on your paper there. Go ahead.
I want to say I know the tip touches Canada.
Yeah, Canada's
Yeah.
not yet a state.
But
We're working on it.
Oh yeah.
Montana,
Oh, we're not
Montana
doing that.
is, and Washington is. So there's 2.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something.
Oregon. What's just south of Montana? Is that Colorado?
Oh.
Colorado
Colorado,
is
yeah.
4. Nevada, I think it touches the top of Nevada.
Corner.
And California, does it touch to California? That'd be 6.
If you're gonna go with 6, I think you're good. Is that what you're going with?
I'll agree.
That's what I'm thinking is 6.
Except you're wrong on the states, but you got it.
Okay.
It's Montana,
Oh.
Wyoming,
Wyoming.
Washington, Oregon, Nevada, and Utah.
I
Colorado
apologize,
comes-
Wyoming. I put Colorado above you. I won't
It's
let that
all right.
happen again until I do
All
it again
right.
next time.
I think Wyoming will be just fine. I think they'll be just fine. They're gonna send Casper to haunt you.
Oh man.
Ah, see what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
All right, that was number 3. All right, well, you know what? What comes after 3?
I don't know, Tom. I don't want, this is a
4.
trick question.
4.
Not a trick
Okay, you
question.
got one
4.
wrong now. All right, here we go. Fill in the blank for this 1972 children's book. Don't let the 72 children's book scare you, because it's very relevant today. Blank and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That was a book written by someone we don't know and don't care.
My wife would know this one.
Once
I
again,
can
fill in
hear
the
it.
blank for this 1972 children's book. Blank and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
Was his name Peter?
I don't know. I wouldn't go with that if I were you.
Um,
You always get at least 2 guesses, so make this next one count.
Oh man.
I didn't say yes it was or no it wasn't, but you should be able to tell by my demeanor that pretty much wasn't.
My wife knows this answer.
I was just
You
gonna
can
say,
have
can
one
I
shout
count
out if you can
friends?
make it in the next 20 seconds. Christy! Who had a
Terrible.
horrible, terrible, no good, very bad day? You are going to if you wake me up again. That's what she's going to tell you.
It's a-
I'm going to give you the first letter of his first name. A. And this is your only hint. And this is
Alexander.
and the very Alexander and the horrible, terrible, horrible,
Yes.
no good, very bad day. All right,
Yes.
I'm gonna give you that one,
Scaring me right
but I'm gonna
there.
put a little asterisk by it, just in case.
Ah.
Yeah,
I can't believe
a couple
you said that on the podcast, Tom. Shame on you. All right, what do you got?
What? Oh, okay.
Asterisks? What? All right. Question 5.
Question number 5. This show took a dive. All right, here we go. Here we go. Question number 5. Death in the afternoon is an absinthe cocktail consisting of champagne and absinthe. What famous Lost Generation writer invented this drink? Lost Generation was a book he wrote.
Oh God, not.
I mean,
Once again, Death in the Afternoon was the name of the book. It's an absinthe cocktail consisting of champagne and absinthe. What famous Lost Generation writer invented this drink? Death in the Afternoon, I think, was the name of the drink. Lost Generation was the name of the book the writer wrote. So,
trying to think of a good, just a famous writer.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that wrote on Walden
Greg, I hope
Pond?
that-
James Michener. We need help. Where's our chat? Come on, people.
You're right. I feel useless on this one.
Oh man. Yeah.
let me know when you're ready for the answer.
All right. Give it
We're
to
gonna
me.
go with AI. The answer is Ernest Hemingway.
Ernest Hemingway.
Ernest Hemingway.
Ernest Hemingway.
And
all right,
he did
well,
die. He had too
Something we
much
should have known.
absinthe.
that stuff will kill you. Don't drink that.
He was absinthe to his next meeting.
Boom.
All right, number 6. Yeah, sorry.
You're
Sorry, I
on.
won't quit my day job. Oh, wait, I don't have a day job. Unless they call me back for subbing, but I doubt it. All
Good
right.
luck with that.
Good luck
Yeah.
with that.
After barking.
Yeah. Okay, my 3 dogs are going to start barking at me. I get them going all the time. There's a real interesting story behind that. I'll tell you later, maybe. All right, there
I
are
believe
2
it.
words. Actually, there are 3 words in the English language with 2 consecutive I's. Name just one of them. I said 2 because there are 2 in the English language. One of them is a foreign. It's a foreign entity, not a country. I don't think it's a country, but anyway, it's not really a country, but it's an area. Anyway,
Well-
so 2 consecutive I's.
I mean, Hawaii.
Hawaii is 1. There you go. You got it.
Oh, one.
What's that?
That's all
Yeah,
I
you
needed?
just needed 1.
You
I was
only
going to
needed
see
one?
if you could name the other 2. One of them is skiing, and then Pompeii. Pompeii. Pompeii is. I don't think Pompeii is a country. I think Pompeii
It's a
is
city
an
in Italy,
area
right?
in Italy. Yeah,
It was- yeah,
and I think
yep.
it's like a mountain area. It might be a country. I don't honestly know.
The volcano blew up. It got buried.
Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Summit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Volcano.
All right.
Yeah.
Good
All
deal.
right. What do you mean good day? That's like signifying we're done. We got a final
One
question,
more.
everybody.
One more.
I got to earn my pay here. All right, one final question. What is the only English word that has 3 consecutive double letters?
Well, I think I know that one.
Yeah,
It's a state and a river in the United States.
no.
It's not
3
Mississippi.
No, that's
consecutive.
2. Mississippi's 2.
Consecutive. No, Mississippi doesn't even have 2.
No, it doesn't.
Mississippi. It's 3 consecutive letters together. There are technically 3 words. It's the same word. One is a conjugated verb, and the other is, I guess it would be an adverb. I guess. But anyway, forget all that. It's just 1 word, 3 consecutive double letters. You're gonna kick yourself when you hear this.
Is it a person, place, or thing, Tom? Come on, help us a little bit.
It is a well, it's a thing because
It's a thing.
everything's a thing. It is a noun, so it's not a place, and it could be a person. It's a job, is what it is.
Oh, yeah, we are going to kick ourselves on this one.
I am going to give you. I'm going to give you 1 hint.
Okay.
Here is your hint. I gotta find something here. Okay, here is your 1 hint.
No asterisk on this one.
Forget what this says. Forget what it says. That it makes no difference.
It's just a book.
It is exactly. There's your hint.
A book.
I'll spell it for you. when you're ready.
Library book, pages. What else? What else is about a book that might have double letters in it? Shoot.
3 consecutive letters.
You ready?
Yeah.
Show ends at 9, so you ready, right?
All right, what do you got?
Bookkeeper. Bookkeeper.
Wow.
You could do bookkeepers or bookkeeping. Anyway, either way. So there's the 3.
Okay.
Okay.
And there you go.
All right.
You guys are 5 and 2.
That's pretty good. Anything over 50%.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, Josh.
Oh, and here's the thing too. There's only 2 of you here today. Sometimes there are 4 people playing trivia, and so it's a bit of an unfair advantage. So, we
did all right. Josh, we really appreciate you carving out time to join us today and explain your organization and let people know that they can plug into you guys. We've got in the chat, we've got the link to your website and your Facebook page. If someone wants to volunteer or sponsor your upcoming events, it's all right there. If anyone wants, like I mentioned, I think at the head of the show, we still have probably 2 openings left in the next Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest coming up April 17th. If someone wants to form a team and win up to $2,000 for your organization, you still got time to get in on that. Our Mass Karaoke.
There you go, Josh. You get some sponsors to pay for it. You're in.
Yeah, that's right.
You can win $2,000 for your Disc Golf Association, and then Greg and I will come.
There you go. Your semi-celebrity golf players to throw out the first disc.
Wait a minute. Wait, Greg, I'm okay with, but that dude that likes the teddy bears, we don't want him around.
Oh man, yeah, I heard him barking the other day.
This little guy right here throws a mean frisbee.
I think you need to put his image, his likeness on a frisbee.
I have 600 of these. I'll introduce you to them all one day. We have more time.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll have the
time.
This is Sparky.
For those who may be tuning in for the very first time, just so you know, we did a Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest back in October, and it went really, really well. Everything that we hoped it would, it came together really well. The winning team won $1,000 for their chosen not-for-profit, which was the Rockford Rescue Mission. A team from Marshmallows Hope won some money, and a team supporting Rock House Kids won some money. We've taken that concept and we've basically we've grown on that. April 17th is our next Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest at the Hilton Garden Inn in Rockford. It's a Thursday night. The winning team this contest will win $2,000 for their chosen not-for-profit. And instead of a second place and a karaoke bonus round, we're going to give a $500 cash prize to the top trivia team that didn't win the whole thing, and a $500 karaoke prize to the top karaoke scoring team who didn't win the whole thing. So 3 teams will be winning money for their chosen not-for-profit.
That's $3,000.
That's $3,000 of the prizes.
Good. And a night full of fun.
Oh yeah, very fun, entertaining stuff. Talk about a bonding experience with your crew, your volunteers, your supporters. For $320, you get 16 seats at the event. 8 of those are at your table playing the contest, and 8 of those are in the audience, especially cheering you on during the karaoke portion of the contest. And of course, they're going to play trivia vicariously, and we're going to have some fun with the audience this time that we didn't do at the last one. We're going to work that into this event as well. So a fun night of trivia and karaoke. It's about time we combine these 2 fun things together, and we've done it here at Crowd 815. Yeah. So if you want to plug it in.
And then next year we're going to combine disc golf with it. We're all going to sing while he's throwing the disc. It's going my way.
I love brainstorming, Josh. Brainstorming new ideas.
Yeah.
All right.
Brainstorming only works if you have at least half a brain. And I qualify for that.
The 2 of us. Between the 2 of us, we still have a full brain.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. Best of luck to you with the Stateline Disc Golf Association. Hope you get some new volunteers and new players because of your appearance here today.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
All right. Have a great weekend.
Dude, have a great day. Thank you for coming out.
There he goes, Josh Garcia from the Stateline Disc Golf Association. That was really cool. I knew that was going to be a good. I knew that was going to be a good conversation.
He's a good dude. I like that
on
guy.
here. There we go.
Oh, was I muted? I said that was a good dude. I like that.
Very,
guy.
very fun. Before we get to our big number of the week, a couple quick shout outs.
Oh, crap.
What?
Okay,
Yeah,
you do
big
that.
number of the week.
I'm going to send you my
scrolling on the screen, Tom. It's scrolling on the screen. 456.
Yeah.
Fall or fruit. I want to give a quick shout out to the Rockford East Cherry Valley Rotary Club for having me out to speak to their group this week. It was fun to meet with you folks again. This was the second time I visited their group, and the first time I was just there as a guest. This time I got to speak and share what the In Crowd 815 is all about and a little bit about my backstory and why I'm doing what I'm doing here. So thanks to all the folks there at the Rockford East Cherry Valley Rotary Club. They meet at the machine shed. A couple most Wednesdays. I think they just modified their meeting schedule, so that's the second and third Wednesday or Tuesday. Oh my gosh, I want to get this right, Tom.
I think it's Wednesday because I've always said I want to make it.
There's a couple different Rotary groups in town, and this group meets the second and third Tuesday mornings of the month at 7:30.
Okay, it's a different group I'm thinking of.
There's another Rockford Rotary that meets elsewhere, but this is the Rockford East group and Cherry Valley group that meets at Machine Shed the second and third Tuesday of the month. So if you're interested in becoming a Rotarian, check them out. I want to give a shout out to my friends at Vittori's Auto Care for taking care of my car this week and By the Dozen.
Oh, they are so good out there off of
right across the street from By the Dozen Bakery, which I had to make a pit stop in too.
Yes.
And get some awesome yummy.
Yeah. I was going to say kitty corner from the Chesney Park Mall, but it really doesn't exist anymore. There's one store.
Exactly. Park Appliance helped me out with some stuff this week, so I want to give a shout out to Tony and Park Appliance. Great place. If you need a used washer or dryer or appliance, he's probably got one. Good place to go. I already mentioned Big Timber, the fun we had there last night. And then a big shout out this week going to Carrie Grubanowski from Care Patrol. She was a guest on our podcast a few weeks ago, and she has been a wonderful advocate of our podcast and helping me connect with more potential guests. So Care Patrol, Carrie, thank you so much for connecting me with some new people this week. And we're looking forward to having on the contacts that you sent my way in future shows. So.
All right. So you said at one point, a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, whatever, a couple of times you said it. Your goal is to do every single non-for-profit in the Rockford area.
It's pretty much an impossible goal, but that's the big goal.
Sure it is. But let's just say we met that goal. Does that mean we're done? We're off the air?
and of course the answer is no. We're looking forward to having a lot of these people back on. A lot of these organizations go through changes and go through leadership changes too. So, for example, the Carpenter's Place recently installed a new executive director, and I want to make sure we get Alberto on. And I've already connected with Alberto. We haven't set a date yet, but we're going to get him on from Carpenter's Place and talk about him.
Cool.
I believe there's a new leader of the Rockford area, Greater Rockford Pantry. We had them on the show once too, but I believe there's a new leadership person there, so we want to have them on too.
All right. Is there any chance that we'll take this on the road like a breakfast place in the near future?
I'm glad you bring it up because that's one of those things I love and hate at the same time. I really love doing that.
I know.
But the challenge of it and the anxiety it causes me. We've done it. We've done this on the road. We did it at Sherry's Place before they closed.
Which is now a tattoo place. Not doing it there. We've
done this at Rock House Kids, which we pulled off, but it was a bit of a challenge. And then we did this.
Well, I wasn't able to be at that one, so I prefer more stationary. Like if we're sitting across from each other at a restaurant, just talking. You got your computer, I got mine.
I'm not ruling it out. I'm just making excuses why we don't do it more often.
I'm just hungry.
Rivet Stadium. We've been out there. Of course, you were out at Representative Sosnowski's event out at Midway Village that one morning.
Yes, I was. I had a
That was
blast.
cool.
That was fun. Yep.
Stuff like that, I think, is more. Well, that puts the onus on you more than me, because you're the one out there with your phone camera or whatever you're using to be on with us.
Well, I got the perfect place in mind. It's called Spring Garden. It's
Ooh.
on North 2nd
Mhm.
Street. They would give us that back room. So we'd be back there by ourselves, essentially. And maybe we could just take a booth in the back too, and there could still be, so you could hear the people around and all that.
I'm not ruling it
I know
out.
they would.
It doesn't,
And here's the beauty of it. We put the word out there to people, and they can come join us. I mean, I think it'd be an epic.
If a future guest really, really wanted to do that, I might be able to be talked into that. The thing that causes me to pause is what I'm sitting in front of right here. I really like being in front of my two screens. I've got all the information I need. It's easier to operate the production aspects of the Restream platform when I can see all of it. And on my phone, I've done it before. It's just challenging. And
you could still have your computer, because I would have my computer. So it would be a little scaled down, but then we just make it talking about Loves Park, talking about, maybe we have the mayor of Loves Park come on and join us.
This could happen,
or something like that.
It could happen.
Yeah, is it still Greg Jury?
He's running again, so yes, I saw his signs.
Okay, all right. Well, then of course we have to give his opponent equal time.
I don't know.
But I remember one day when I was doing my sports show, we were going to talk about the Ryan Jury Memorial Golf Tournament, and Alex wasn't feeling well. He didn't make it in. So I ended up interviewing him, and it was a wonderful, wonderful show. We had a great show. And so I would love to do that again.
Well, we won't rule it out.
Let's kind of maybe put that on and maybe we'll find out when the golf tournament's coming up, and maybe we'll have him on for that.
All right, let's take care of business. Our big number of the week, Race to 10, has Tom out in front by a score of 2-0. And the big number this week is 456. I got your text, so I got your answer. And my question to you, Tom, is have you heard of the Strawberry Kingdom?
I don't think so.
High-end.
Is it something to do with Mario Brothers?
Maybe. High-end grocery chain Arahone is selling a single strawberry. It's for an astronomical amount of money. It's the fruit grown in Japan's Tochigi prefecture. It's known as the Strawberry Kingdom, and they grow these between December and June. This strawberry will hit the shelves in Los Angeles within 24 to 48 hours of being picked. So, and you know how much they charge for a single strawberry?
I'm really hoping $456.
It's $19. It's they do sell other fruits, like the Mayatsuki mango will cost you about $260, and the Ruby Glow pineapple $396 for a single pineapple. No, so wait a minute. Let's see if I can update this on the fly. Save. Is that going to work? Deep bleep. There. I get a point.
Oh, come on.
King de Ka. Have you heard of King de Ka at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey?
No.
They imploded it. They imploded this roller coaster last week. It was a 456-foot tall roller coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure, Jackson, New Jersey. Once the world's tallest and fastest coaster, bringing riders up 45 stories and then accelerating to 128 miles per hour in mere seconds. Wow, that's fast. Six Flags Entertainment Corp is investing over $1 billion into its 42 parks, and they demolitioned King de Ka to make way for a new multi-record-breaking launch coaster they say will be ready by the year 2026. What could be bigger and faster than 45 stories tall and 128 miles per hour? That's terrifying.
Wow. Sounds dangerous.
I liked coasters back in the day. I'm okay with coasters now. I just can't ride too many anymore. I don't think I'm doing that one.
You know, if you bought a pineapple from Japan and 3 or 4 strawberries, I bet it would cost you about $456 with tax.
You're right. You are so right. You are so right. All right. Well, I think that wraps up everything that we had on the agenda today, Tom. Anything else you want to add before we go into our weekend?
Well, I would love to talk some sports if you got time, but otherwise it's okay. I just want to say, doing a fundraiser tonight. I'm not inviting people, although you absolutely could come.
It's not full yet.
It's
not full.
It's never full. It's never
Okay.
full. We have room for 24 tables. We have about 18 to 20 tables signed up. It's never really full. We got a really big room. Have you ever been in the basement of my church? You haven't played that trivia yet.
No. This is
No,
my first time.
This is going to be a great thing. Yeah, it's Riverside Community Church on North Second. It's 6800. I can't remember the 6816 or 68 something like that. North Second, and it's Riverside Community Church right on the river. Beautiful, beautiful church. And we do a trivia fundraiser twice a year. And what we do is we raise money. It does cost $10 to play, but there's gift baskets. There's 50-50. There's gift cards for the winning team, not just one gift card, but for everybody on your team. And if you decided you wanted to play, ask for Tom. Tell him Tom sent you, and I would make sure you landed on a team. You might even get on my
Riverside Community Church in Lowe's Park tonight at what time?
In Lowe's Park, 6 o'clock, 6 to about 8:30. If you want to come, I think it'd be wonderful. Here's what we do: we raise money for Native Americans reservations in northeastern. I have to think about that. Northeastern Arizona. And it's a reservation area. So they don't have a lot of money, not a lot of funding. So we go out there for 2 weeks every year.
Sorry.
Okay. We go out there for 2 weeks every year and rebuild houses, rebuild roads, rebuild huts and garages or whatever, pour cement, construct this, construct that. And I have yet to go. One of these days I will go, but it's about 112 in the heat in Arizona in July. That's when they go. I don't know if I can handle it, but anyway, so I can help with the raising of the funds. $10 for a night of trivia, you can't beat it. And we usually raise a couple grand, just because there's always 100 people, 120 people, whatever, and there's 50-50. There's so it's a lot of fun. So you and Christy are going to be there tonight. My wife and I'll be there. My buddy Ron and his wife. So that makes 6. And then I got a friend who's coming. So I think we're going to have 7 for sure. So who knows? Whatever.
Cool beans. Well, tonight. So trivia tonight.
But if you do, if you do come out, anybody watching, if you do come out, keep in mind, chances are you'd end up on a team with somebody.
You're gonna meet some new people,
or maybe, I mean, some new people. It'd be a lot of fun. You would love.
Gotta like that. 1 week from tonight is the Tinker Ball at Memorial Hall. This is something that they've done in the past and had a really fun time with and good turnout with. It's a Civil War themed evening ball with Tinker Swiss Cottage Museum at Veterans Memorial Hall next Saturday night at 6, March 15th. The tickets are only $15 for this. Go to tinkercottage.com to find tickets on this. And they have they have dance callers, Mr. and Mrs. Gary and Karen Alexander from the Historical Timekeepers. And when I say dance callers, it's not like you're spinning and twirling and doing moves. It's more like a promenade. They do like promenade type thing. So you don't have to have special skills to do this quote unquote dance. Saturday night, March 15th.
It's not like swing your partner,
and if they do anything like that, you don't have to do that. Most of it is like a promenade type of a thing. So you're basically just walking in certain patterns and such. So,
like a waltz or something.
From what I've seen on the videos, it's like a couples promenade, which turns into a 2 couples promenade, which turns into a 4 couples promenade, and then they do certain like circles in the room, and so it's an old school, old style ball where you're basically there to show off your clothes, and how beautiful and cute you are. So, and handsome and well dressed. So you don't have to wear Civil War era clothing, but formal or themed attire is strongly recommended to match the occasion. And this is all in support of Tinker Swiss Cottage Museum, Rockford's founding house here. So it's a beautiful evening in support of Tinker. Hopefully you can make it to that for $15 and a fun night. There will also be refreshments provided by the Sons of Union Veterans and the Mary Logan Tent Auxiliary.
I would love to go to something like that because, as I've said, as long as I've lived here and I know all about the Tinker Swiss Cottage, I know all about the history. I've never been there, and I should go there, but I don't have like Civil War garb. I wouldn't know what to wear. I can't wear jeans and a
I'm going to
t-shirt,
put in the chat right now the link to the event page here so you can see that, which I just learned here last week too, that now that we're a part of Rumble, our chat is connected to Rumble. So our Facebook podcast page, our YouTube channel, and now our Rumble channel, if you make a comment on any of those three platforms, we can see it and actually share it during the show. Unfortunately, LinkedIn doesn't have that same capacity, and my Instagram or personal Facebook page does not have that capacity either. But anyway, just throwing that out there. There we go. You want to talk a little bit of sports this week, buddy? I know there's talking.
I would love to.
There's talking.
I would love to.
Or Devontae Adams possibly coming to the Packers. Do you got an opinion on that?
You know, Davante Adams, because of the familiarity he has with Green Bay. I saw a really good piece. It was a podcast called Locked On Packers with Peter Bukowski. This guy's really good. He's really good and very, very passionate. I saw this the other day, and he said, here's why Davante needs to come to Green Bay. He left Green Bay because of the uncertainty of Aaron Rodgers. Okay? So he left, and he went to L.A., Las Vegas.
True.
All right. So then Aaron Rodgers leaves a year later, and Davante's probably going like, yep, I knew it. What does Aaron Rodgers do? He goes to the Jets, and it's not been. I wouldn't say he's been a failure, although he's lost a step, and that's hurt him. But he had 28 touchdowns, under 10 interceptions, I believe, and 3,800 yards passing. That's a really good year for Aaron Rodgers on a bad team, on a very bad team, a poorly coached, poorly owned team. So Davante then goes to the Jets to follow Aaron Rodgers, and that's a miserable failure in itself. Not because of Davante, not because of Aaron Rodgers, just the whole thing was a miserable failure. Davante Adams did not trust Jordan Love. And I know the jury's still out for a lot of people, and even I am thinking, well, he kind of regressed this past year. But I'm wondering if that's not due to a new defensive coordinator. Not that would have anything to do with the offense, but it does change the dynamic of the team just a little bit. So I'm thinking a new home, an old home for Davante Adams might be just what the doctor ordered. He's still got 3 or 4 good years on him. Jordan Love could use that number one receiver because let's face it, Davante Adams comes in and immediately he's the number one. Then you've got Jalen Reed as your number 2, your slot receiver, playing the part of what Jordan Addison does for Minnesota. Jordan Addison gets open because Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson gets double covered. So TJ Hawkinson gets open. A back out of the backfield gets open. Jordan Addison gets open. This same thing will happen with the Packers. If Davante Adams is covered, or if he breaks away, now you've got a touchdown. Just like when Aaron Rodgers was there. Because Jordan Love has every bit the arm that Aaron Rodgers had. He just doesn't have the pinpoint accuracy, but you don't necessarily need it. Because there's only been 3 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL that I can name that had that pinpoint accuracy. I'm sure there's probably a dozen more. But Tom Brady, Troy Aikman, and Aaron Rodgers, that you could absolutely have that pinpoint accuracy. And all 3 of them won Super Bowls, at least one for Aaron Rodgers, and probably could have won more. But anyway, nobody's going to doubt the accuracy. The decision-making ability is very good for Jordan Love as long as he has all the pieces to the puzzle. And you put Davante Adams on that offense, and yeah, you're going to end up putting maybe the final touch to that puzzle. You're still going to have to add another running back because we don't know about Marshawn Lloyd. We don't know if A.J. Dillon's coming back, if he'll even be good. We don't know. And you can't just keep running Josh Jacobs. You're going to have a complimentary back for that. Tight end, they're good. They're good everywhere else in the offense. Now you shore up a little bit on the defense, and you've got a good, solid team, and you're back to where you were last year. Remember, the year before last, they were 9-8. They squeaked into the playoffs via a win over Chicago, last game of the season, and then they had that magical run that should not have ended the way it did. Last year, you had a better record. You were 11-6 last year instead of 9-8. You had a 2-game better record. You didn't have the miserable failures that you had in the second half of the year before with the Giants loss and the Tampa Bay loss back-to-back, and then the miserable showing at Carolina where you did win 33-30.
But it wasn't.
You did.
It wasn't pretty. Yeah.
But it didn't look pretty. No, it didn't. But you did have a couple of games down the stretch. The Bear loss, it didn't hurt them because they were going to be the 7th team anyway. They didn't know it at the time. They should have put a better show on. They should have won the Minnesota game, the second one. The first one, they were down 28-0. They were lucky to only lose by 2. But that second game, they should have lost. All you had to do was get another first. Never mind. Forget all that. They should have won the Detroit game. But 6 bad calls. And I'm not just talking about, oh, yeah, there's Tom. He's just a disgruntled Packer fan. It's all about the refs. Go ahead and watch the game. You'll know what I mean. Because every announcer, every network, everybody said the same thing. There were 6 plays. The push-off with Amon-Ra St. Brown. The touchdown that Josh Jacobs caught in the end zone that they said was a pick by Christian Watson. No, the guy actually hit him. He was running. He didn't stop in midstream. He was running a route. Anyway, just a bunch of garbage is what it was. So they really could have had 12 wins, possibly, probably, maybe should have had 13 wins. That would have made an entire difference in the season. However, I will say this. They screwed up big time in the last 2 or 3 games of the season to where I was starting to wonder, are they even going to win the first game of the playoffs? And they didn't. But they did go up against Philadelphia. They wouldn't have gone up against Philly in that first game because they would have had a different seed. They would have probably been the 5 seed and not the 7 seed. They would have probably played Tampa, maybe?
Would have probably made a difference.
I don't know. It would have made a difference. It would have. So anyway, this season, forget about last season, it's done. This season, the draft is coming up, and it's in Green Bay. I'm kind of thinking I might go up there. I don't know. If my son's on board, we might go up there for a day.
Park in someone's front yard and walk around the stadium and see what's going on.
Absolutely.
Our buddy Jacob Westendorf shared an article actually just yesterday from Vince Neal of Sports Illustrated, who basically wrote a piece going back and forth between Davante Adams or DK Metcalf and kind of spelled things out because there are some big positives and some negatives with either choice. And he had a really good article explaining what it would take for the Packers to get each one of these guys. And while DK Metcalf is younger and maybe a little more durable than Davante Adams, the cost to get him might be more than the Packers really want to spend, which, he said Davante Adams has proven himself long enough. He would be a good veteran presence among these young receivers that are currently in the wide receiver room with the Packers. And so his Vince Neal's final word on the choice between Davante or DK was Davante.
Well, I lean towards Davante for all those reasons. You're exactly right. Here's another reason why. And by the way, I didn't even mention DK Metcalf because it wasn't on my radar. I think he's a little divisive. I think he might
not be the great locker room guy. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Whereas Davante is. We know he is. Now, here's the reason why I gravitate towards Davante. Number one, familiarity. Everybody loves him. They welcome him back with open arms, standing ovations the minute he takes the field. He has a knack for getting open.
Yeah, he does.
And this is what Jordan Love needs. He needs that one guy to be streaking across. He has a knack for getting open. And if you can do that, that opens it up for so many other players. We've done this wide receiver by committee for 2 years now. It worked the first year because nobody knew what was going on. You didn't know if you, wait a minute, what about Dontavian Wicks? Oh, crap, Jaden Reed's getting the ball. Well, now, wait a minute. What about Malik
It was a
Heath?
fun year.
Oh,
It
no,
was so fun to
Melton's
watch.
getting the ball. Yeah. What about Romeo Dobbs? Well, Christian Watson's getting the ball. You know, so it was an embarrassment of riches,
Right.
a good problem
Right.
to have. When you got Devontae Adams back there, you know who the number one is. So the number one for every single defense is going to get extra attention, which leaves open Romeo, Christian, Jaden Reed, Bo Melton, Malik Heath, any one of those five who are on the field at the same time. And some of them will be gone.
Yeah.
I expect Romeo Dobbs probably to be the one to be gone because he's a little divisive as well. If anyone had to go, I'd say as much as I love his talent, you cannot have him causing issues in the locker room. You cannot. If you're not buying in, you're gone. It's that simple. And I think Brian Gutekunst. Yeah, Brian. Is it Brian Gutekunst?
Brian Gutekunst.
Yeah, Brian. Anyway, I think the general manager, I believe he feels the same way. You cannot be this is one of the reasons why Preston Smith was let go, because he was a great player, great guy in the team, but somehow or another he was just unhappy with certain things, and I think they said, well, you're costing us a lot of money and you're kind of bringing us down. We're going to trade you. So I'm going Devontae all the way. I hope he comes back, and I really think it'll make an incredible difference.
Unless Aaron Rodgers decides to keep playing and he signs with someone like the Giants or the Raiders, I would think Devontae's first choice would be the Packers.
Oh, Devontae's not going back to the Raiders. Guarantee you that.
Even if Aaron Rodgers
his
signs
problem
with
wasn't.
them?
Nope. Look at what happened with this.
I
would be very, very surprised. Well, look what happened with the Jets. It didn't work. They both had decent seasons, but it didn't work. They're the fifth pick in the draft. That's how horrible they were. Fifth or sixth or something like that. Maybe eighth. I don't know. It doesn't even matter. It didn't work.
Sad.
Woody Johnson is not a good owner. The GM was fired mid-season.
Let's not get into the Jets drama. Let's just skip that.
Oh, no, it's a dumpster fire. You're absolutely right. But he's not. But Devontae's not going back to the Raiders, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to the Raiders either. I don't see Aaron Rodgers going to the Giants.
I don't know
either. I just don't. I'd be very surprised if he did.
What is today? Today's March 8th. The draft is April 25th.
Yeah.
So I thought.
Yeah, we get 7 weeks.
I thought I read somewhere that Aaron said he would make his decision by 1 month from the draft. I think his chosen deadline for himself was March 25th. Of course, he also reportedly wanted to stay with the Jets, and they said no.
Yeah.
So, ouch, that hurt.
Exactly. There are a few teams that I think could benefit from Aaron. It would almost be like Tom Brady going to the Buccaneers.
Right.
Okay. Because Tom Brady was 42 when he went to the Bucs. 42. And Aaron Rodgers is now 40. He'll be 41 in December of next year. So he'll be 41 in the season. And if he makes the playoffs, 41 in the playoffs, a year younger than what Tom Brady was when he won a Super Bowl. So it can be done. And keep in mind, Tom Brady, not mobile.
No.
Never a mobile quarterback. Aaron Rodgers was mobile for the longest time until he lost his step. Now he's getting tracked down by these fast defensive linemen. So if Aaron Rodgers goes to a team that can A, protect him so he doesn't have to run, and B, has good receivers coming out of the backfield and a good receiving core. It doesn't have to be a great receiving core. Good receivers coming out of the backfield. I think he would be just fine. But how many teams are there like that don't have a quarterback? There aren't many.
Well, like I said, the Giants,
the Rams would be a good fit for Aaron Rodgers. The Rams would be a good fit, but you've got Matthew Stafford. If Matt Stafford decides to retire, and I don't think he is, I think he's got one more year at least. So that'd be a good fit. And there are other teams too, possibly Cleveland, but I don't think so. I don't see Aaron Rodgers going to Cleveland. There's not a big market for him right now. A 40-year-old, soon to be 41-year-old, not soon to be, but a 41-year-old quarterback who is not mobile. You need a really good offensive line. Okay, fine. So if Jalen Hurts decides he wins the lottery, $10 billion, and he decides to move to the Bahamas, fine. Aaron Rodgers can go to Philadelphia and probably win another Super Bowl.
It's not even out of the realm of possibility. It's slim, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that he ends up with the Vikings.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold's going to move somewhere, most likely.
Well, they got JJ
McCarthy coming off an injury. How much is he going to be ready to play? Would they actually make a move for Aaron? I don't know.
You know how weird and kind of symmetrical that would be? Brett Favre, Green Bay, the Jets, Minnesota. Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay, the Jets.
And if Aaron Rodgers lost to the New Orleans Saints in the playoffs to end his career, how hilarious would that be?
Oh hilarious. My God, that would be his last play, an interception. Brett Favre's first reception was
to himself. Yeah, in Milwaukee County Stadium.
His last reception was to the opposing player. So unbelievable.
All right.
For as good as Brett Favre was, he's the all-time leader in interceptions, and for a very short time, I think he may have been the all-time leader in touchdown passes.
Yeah.
And then Tom Brady passed him. Drew Brees passed him, and then Tom Brady passed Drew Brees. I'm pretty sure I'm close on that. May not be. He may have still been second. But anyway.
Well, super thanks to Josh Garcia, one of the co-founders of the Stateline Disc Golf Association. Thanks to him for joining us today, telling us all about what Stateline Disc Golf Association is all about and the opportunities that they have to help volunteer and sponsor what they do and get plugged in. If it's kind of cool that you can, spend less than $100 to get a set of discs and join in the fun. And there's all these great parks right here around the 815 that you can play and practice at and get plugged into a fun group of folks, guys and gals that are out there throwing discs out in fields and in woods and across the area. They even have some tournaments and stuff where you could possibly win some money. StatelinedGA.com, their website. And thanks to Josh for jumping on with us today. Next week, the Alpine Kiwanis is represented on the podcast. We're going to talk with Heather Hall-Wang about what the Kiwanis do, and they got some events coming up that they want to plug. So it's about time we had the Alpine Kiwanis on our show, Tom. It's been a long time. I think they were on the radio with us back in the day, but never on the podcast.
Oh, they were. I love the brats. And if you remember at the radio station, they always used to bring, not the Kiwanis, but it would coincide at the same time. They would bring cream puffs in because they were doing cream puff sales. And it wasn't the Kiwanis doing it, but it was a different one. And it was always the same weekend. Oh, my God. I used to go back to the kitchen, and I would down like 2 or 3 of those cream puffs. And people were like, who ate all the cream puffs? I think it was Saunders, Greg Saunders. Yeah, that guy.
Don't exit the screen after we leave the live, Tom. Don't exit the screen. I want to try something on off the air here before you go. Okay. So don't run away after we're done.
All right. Good, because I got a couple things I wanted to tell you off air too.
We got some production notes to take care of. So friends,
all right.
Remember, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone this week. We'll do the same. Meet you back here for another In Crowd 815 podcast. Have a great week, everybody.
815 in crowd, 815 in crowd, 815 in crowd, 815.